is here. This is Nirvana. She'll talk about it a little more in detail after I put her to sleep. I'll be right back. Okay, so post that introduction, she wasn't very happy with it, okay? So I had to put her back to sleep. In the meantime, also removed my nail polish. I cut my nails. Hi guys, my beauties, welcome back to my channel. It's so good to say that. It's so good to be back, okay? It's taken, wow, what, 2 months now for me to get on with the program, and clearly you can understand why I took this well-deserved break, okay? Nirvana is here, okay? So she takes most of my time. She needs me. I'm a new mom. She's a tiny, teeny little thing, beautiful little thing that needs me completely 24/7. I don't have the help right now. Yeah, my mom is with me and she's been my strength, my rock, my everything during this very difficult phase. But I can't always rely on her for everything. I mean, you know, because she's already done enough and I just want her to relax as well. So every time Nirvana cries at night, you know, I'm up instead of just having that sleep, and I'm always taking care of her, okay? And mom does take care of her for about an hour or two in the morning, because that's when I get my time to just unwind. And I would say morning means between 5 o'clock, 5:30 to around 6:45, I get that time to unwind. But after that, till the next day, 5:45, I'm with her 24/7, bathing, massage, you know, burping, feeding, you know, playing with her, because she's a very light sleeper, okay? That's one thing I noticed about my baby. You make a certain noise, she's up. Nirvana happened when India locked down. I wasn't expecting it to be that early, because I was expecting her to be, to pop into this world around April time, because Corona just showed its ugly head already, and everyone was doing that whole curfew, every state basically, so you couldn't step out after 5 o'clock, and anyway we were just worried about it, whatever. So I'm just going to start off with this face primer. This is the Nykaa Prep Me Up Tone and Smooth Perfecting Primer. This is pretty alright guys. This is not a review, so I'm just going to make this very quick. It's just me and you chatting. Got it? So it's pretty alright, but it's a bit too thick for my liking. So what happened was, on the 23rd, I was going on with my job. I was going on with, in fact, I even shot a video. I did testing of all Indian makeup. I did that video. I vlogged, you know, I was quite excited, thinking nothing is going to happen, okay? So in fact, I think I should put that video out. I don't want anything to be wasted. Plus I did test a lot of Indian makeup, and it would be content for my channel as well, so I think I let it and put that up. And in the evening it intensified, and my mom was like, are you sure it's not the food that you ate? And I was like, no, it isn't. Who do we call? There was no one to help us, okay? There was no one to take us to the hospital because there was a curfew. No one was supposed to be, you know, on the road after 6 o'clock anyway. Everyone was far away. So I called one of my uncle, my mom's cousin, who was kind enough to take that risk to pick both of us up, because we were so scared about his safety, whether the cops would stop him. As soon as I reached the hospital, they ran a few tests and they took me to my room to get me prepared, and they were just observing me, monitoring me, and this girl decides not to come out, okay? So whole of 24th I was in the hospital, very anxious. Stress level had gone up. This girl is like nicely now comfortable, you know. So I think, you know, this is what I think, like, she's such a beautiful miracle baby, because somewhere she knew that a lockdown was going to happen eventually. So she wanted me, my mom and I to be in the hospital already settled in, okay? Because imagine if the lockdown happened, how would I have even reached the hospital? So Nirvana just knew about it, and she just, I don't know, the universe and her conspired in just making everything proper for us. So I'm taking my Huda Beauty. This is the banana bread easy bake. Is it easy bake? I don't know. I've been eating so many sweets these days that everything is bake and bakery, okay? So I'm just going to take the Tati Beauty Blendiful, which is my favorite stuff. In fact, I've got two of their products that her two products that I'm using. One is a Blendiful and one is an eyeshadow palette. Anyway, so I'm just going to apply that on my face. And the doctors were luckily there, because they were understaffed in that hospital because of curfew. And And no one had any clue of what was about to happen. And on 24th in the evening, a prime minister comes and says, there's a lockdown happening, you know, from 12 a.m. onwards, okay? And we were like, oh my God. We didn't even have time to prepare for anything. I remember so many of her things were already here, which we did not pack in the bag. I was thinking April, right? I will just pack it and put it last minute stuff. We just had a bag with just the basics, so that helped us. But there were so many things of mine, like maternity clothes, which I did not have. I had to buy from the hospital pharmacy, from the medical store in the hospital. This girl knew what was going to happen, so she bought us a day earlier to get us nice and settled. And then after that, guys, she didn't want to come out. And then what happened was the doctor, so he pops into my room and he goes like, okay, so this lockdown has happened. It's going to be very, very chaotic because there's going to be either the hospital is going to be understaffed and there are so many patients out here who's going to choose to want their baby to, like, you know, have a C-section and want their baby immediately because of what is happening, because already the PM had said that it's a month lockdown. So he's like, don't waste any time, and we are going to get you into the surgery and have this baby tomorrow morning, okay? So we'll do the C-section because we don't want to add any more stress and trauma, and my BP was fluctuating, okay, because I was super, super stressed. So I'm taking the Lakme 9 to 5. This is in W240 warm beige. And I hope this foundation really works for my skin tone because my skin has gone lighter, which I hate. I'm just going to apply just a little bit of my foundation. Yeah, so 25th morning, got myself all prepped and primed, okay, for the surgery. And I was super, super nervous because I felt so alone at that time, when Giri and my in-laws were stuck, because unfortunately my in-laws chose the wrong time to go to the UK. They left in Feb without knowing what the circumstance or the situation is going to be, and they were stuck. So it was just mom and I, and we felt so, I can't even explain that feeling, you guys, just the two of us. My poor mom had to sign papers on Giri's behalf, like, if anything happens during the C-section. And I can just imagine what she must have gone through while signing it. She was feeling so alone, running up and down, doing this payment, making this paperwork, that paperwork. This is not her age to do that. And here I was stuck inside, really nervous, and I had a really good team of people who were just like, relax, it's going to be okay. When I walked in, when they took me in and they put me in the surgery bed, the room was filled with, I would say 3-4 women. Everyone else, even this male staff, the nurse were male, okay, they were men. And I was like, oh God. And I just had my, that very thin cloth that covered my body, which I was thinking, why is it even there on my body? Because while I was sitting there and screaming and crying and holding this male nurse's hand, but he was like, okay, don't cry, it's going to be okay. So embarrassing. When they were about to inject in my spine, I remember the fabric just came out, okay, so basically he could see everything. I was butt naked and I was like, amazing, okay, this is the last thing I needed. And in my mind I was like, it's okay, Shweta, they've seen it all. And then I saw Dr. Bijoy and team come in and I was like, okay, this is it, this is it, this is it. And you know that they're touching you, but you can't feel anything, okay? And it happened so quickly, you guys. I was just panicking and they were like, you don't want to know what you have, Shweta, you've got a baby girl, And they just lifted her up like that, and she was all white, okay? She was like, because obviously she was not cleaned up. My BP fluctuated so high, they were panicking and they were like, we need to just make her relax. And they were like, okay, Shweta, count till 3, okay, we're just going to give you something to just help you sleep. And I was like, oh, baby girl. And the next thing I know is I was out. So I couldn't even have that skin to skin moment with her. Oh wow, okay, so this foundation is looking really white. We need to warm up my skin as much as possible because, sister needs a tan, okay? I could not even see her properly. I could not feel her properly till about 6:30. And then they brought Nirvana to me, and there she was, like all cuddled up, and I saw her face, and I did not honestly know how to react or how to feel. I was choked up, I was feeling happy, sad, so many emotions, I felt, because Giri was not there. I was like, he has missed the most significant event of our lives, okay? This is what he's been waiting for, in fact more than me. Then mummy came and she was like, did you see her? You have a beautiful girl. And mummy was like so happy, because I've always wanted a daughter. I've always wanted a daughter. From the time I wanted a baby, I was hoping in my heart that it would be a daughter, and I was hoping and praying in my heart that I could name my daughter Nirvana. That's the name that really resonated with me for a very, very long time. And when I was carrying, everyone thought I was having a boy. I would say that 10% thought it was a girl, but everyone else was like, okay, you're having a boy, okay? They were like, your belly is this way, you're glowing, you look really nice, you're definitely having a boy. If you're having a girl, it sucks the beauty out of you. All that myths were busted. The next day, we got to know that Nirvana had jaundice, and that's very, very common with 90% of Indian mothers face this, that their babies get jaundice, okay? But my daughter had blood group jaundice, so she's of a different blood type, and my blood type is different, O positive, and it just doesn't match. And that is a very difficult category to fall under, because the bilirubin really goes up, it fluctuates. So they took her away from me, you guys, and they put her in the neonatal room, where premature babies are and where babies who have jaundice are, and they put her under these photo lights, blue lights that she required 24/7 to get the bilirubin down. And this was just next day after my surgery. And you won't believe, from my room, the ward, to the neonatal is about 15 minutes, and I had to walk. Okay, with those stitches I had to walk. And I remember my friend Chandni telling me, saying that walk as much as possible after C-section, because you will heal faster. And I was like, okay, I'm going to walk, I'm going to do this, because I had to feed her, I had to breastfeed her. Every 2 hours I had to breastfeed her, and that was the only time I could see her and I could touch her and I could be with her. And I did my first walk, and I swear the pain was, I can't even describe the pain. It was so intense and so bad. Oh my god, I'll never forget that. So there's this Indian Insta store called Cosmecosmeticclub, okay? Every time I need some international makeup, I always contact them. They are my trusted go-to Insta store, okay, in India. So anything that you guys require from Sephora, any product that you require, they will get it for you. And you don't have to worry about the customs and this and that. They're the most trusted site, I would say, okay, from all that I have tried. So they gifted me Tati Beauty, okay, look at that. So this is volume 1 palette, and look how stunning this palette is, okay. It's got such beautiful shimmers, it's got this huge mirror. So this is the outer packaging, and it's got that very suede feel to it, very luxurious actually. Huda Beauty Rose Gold Remastered Eyeshadow Palette is one of my favorite. If there's anyone who keeps asking me like what should I invest in, that one palette, I would always say that. But this one has kind of like topped more than Huda Beauty. But why I love this a little more than Huda's is because the shimmer, okay, it doesn't require, the shimmer is intense, it's beautiful, you don't even require glue. So we were there for almost a week and a half, okay. Usually 5 days is what after C-section, then you get discharged from the hospital. But I had to be there much longer, almost 2 weeks I would say, because this type of a jaundice takes almost a month for it to settle down. And my god, to say that I went through hell is an understatement, okay. First of all, I wanted her to be with me, and the thought of her in one small little glass bed, because they have blue lights from even underneath, so there's no cushions or any soft bedding around her. She's on a glass thing with those tiny little goggles so that it doesn't hurt their eyes, lights everywhere, she's getting those blue lights, she's crying, she's irritated. It just broke my heart, okay. But in that 1 week, a week and a half, while I used to go to the neonatal side. That's where the delivery also happens, and there's so many new mums out there. There were mothers who were trying IVF 2 times, 3 times, mothers who have come there for the first time. So I got to meet and talk to a lot of mothers to be and mothers, new mums, okay? And I got to hear their story, because you're just waiting outside. There are times when I was too tired to even be in my room, so I would just wait there for 2 hours till the next feed happens. It's really disheartening to hear some stories, because one thing about all the stories that I heard, the one thing that resonated was the amount of pressure women felt, to have a baby, the amount of pressure that they had to go through to hear things from other people, words that really hurt, being blamed for a mistake, being blamed for the blame was only on them. No one questioned the husband, no one questioned the man in the house, like, is it his problem? It's always the women's problem, isn't it? She can't conceive, or she's not trying, or she wants to work, she's not ready for a baby, or what is wrong with her? It's always the girl's fault. And that's what I gathered from everyone, okay? Especially ladies who have gone through 3-4 IVFs, you guys, okay? They've tried 2-3 IUIs that failed. They were on the 4th IVF, and that also failed. Like, there was this one girl, I will never forget her face. She was like, will it happen for me? Chatty, you pray for me, it should work. I used to feel so bad, like the kind of pressure that they were going through, and I know how they feel. Well, there were certain things that I've also heard, like, people are saying whose fault it is, is it Shweta's fault? And I used to hear comments, even on YouTube, like, you've been married, when are you having a baby? I used to get that a lot, okay? Next year it should be a good news. I used to hear, oh, you only want to travel. There are things that are said out of love within the family members, but it really hurts you. And there are many things that I've heard even while I started my IVF, okay? The one fear was, oh my God, if this did not work, then definitely the blame will come to me. First of all, that trauma of it not working, and then second, like, oh my God, there is something now wrong with Shweta. I was not comforted by anyone excepting my mother while the IVF started as well. There was so much of fear. And I know, see, oh, I hate this. I don't mean to cry. I hate this. I hate crying in front of the camera, but... And I have a baby. I shouldn't be crying, okay? She's beautiful. She's everything. She's my gift. She's just this miracle, because I know what I've heard and what I've gone through. But why I'm crying is because I felt so bad for the women that were out there who went through the same thing and who are going through it. I felt very bad for them, because it's always us that get blamed, It's the most painful, the hardest journey I have ever taken, because it affects you so badly mentally. Because even when it is positive, for the 9 months that you carry your baby, every checkup that you do, your heart is beating so fast, because you're like, is the baby healthy? When the doctors used to do the scan, I used to look at the doctor's face, like hoping that I don't see anything negative on the face, or I don't see them flinch, because that's the kind of fear that was in my head. So I would tell anybody who is doing this, do it. If you have that support system, do it if you are mentally ready and physically ready, because it takes a lot out of you. But it is totally worth it, because if you want your baby, you will do anything to have your baby, isn't it? So don't be scared of IVF. If it is not a stigma, don't care about what other people say. If they're blaming you, they're anyway going to blame you. Whether you're doing IVF or not, you're anyway going to be blamed. So don't waste any time. Just do your IVF boldly. Be brave. Be brave for your child, you know. Just do it. If you want something badly, do whatever it takes and the universe will help you. And always, always be positive, because no matter what was happening around me, the kind of words or the kind of emotional stress I was put under, one thing I visualized was holding her. I visualized holding her, okay? And that's what you got to remember. That's all you got to remember, that you shouldn't give up. It's going to happen. You've got to visualize it. I don't know if at all you saw, my God, I need to do my makeup all over again. I don't know if at all you saw Desi's video. You must have heard her, you've seen her draw herself being pregnant. She's manifesting it, she's making it happen much before the IVF started. So that's the kind of thing that I did. I used to write, you know, I'm holding my baby Nirvana, I'm holding my baby Nirvana. That's what I used to do. And it's just come to life, isn't it? And I also remember 3 years ago when Desi put out a video about how women should stop asking each other like questions that are hurtful. Remember, I prayed for her and for me. I prayed at that moment because I was not active on YouTube, I was just a viewer. And I was like, God, make both of us pregnant. That's what I put out in the universe. And it's so funny because in 2020, I have Nirvana and she's expecting in October. And then I saw Farah Dukhai's video and I was like, I prayed for her as well. I pray for people who have written to me, you know, who writes to me ever since I put out my maternity shoot picture on Instagram. The messages I've received of so many of you wanting it, I pray for all of you. I'm really, really sorry. I hate doing this whole crying video, but it feels nice. It's almost like an emotional release. I've always seen you guys as my family, you know, so it feels nice to just talk to you guys about it, what I was feeling. So I might as well do my eyebrows in case the waterworks starts again, okay? So yeah, so that's what I was saying. There's nothing wrong with IVF. You want something, you go and get it however you see fit, okay? Once people understand the process, because once the baby's here, everyone forgets the process. Everyone forgets what has been communicated, what has been said. It's all about the baby after that. If you are someone who's just got married, and if you are someone who is not ready for a baby, that's fine. Have a baby only when you are ready for it. Don't be pressurized just because XYZ wants it. You need to be ready, because it's a whole different scenario once the baby is here. Okay, your world is going to change. You don't have time for anything else. So be ready. You're ambitious, good for you. Go ahead, be ambitious, succeed, do whatever you want to, and then when you're ready, have it. There's no like, oh my God, I'm a certain age, I'm this, I'm that. No. When you're ready, your body will be ready. That's how simple it is. And science has advanced so much that you don't have to worry about anything, okay? You are going to get that additional needed help. But one thing I would say is that if you are young, I would say late 20s, early 30s, the one thing you can do, if you want a baby eventually, I would ask you to freeze your eggs, because that is going to be very, very helpful. The better, you get better, very good A-grade eggs at an early age, okay? I would say in your early 30s or something of that sort, which I wish I had done. So when you freeze good eggs, you can be rest assured that even if you're 45, you can have a baby. You can conceive a really healthy child. So let's change topic right now and talk about things that made me go, We know this lady who runs a beauty parlor nearby, and we've known her for a long, long time, okay? So she's the only one we trust, even when it comes to cleanliness and hygiene, and she comes home whenever we want her to. And she was asking Mom, is the baby fair? Like Shweta, I mean Shweta's got, and I never considered myself fair, I'm a medium complexion. So my mom was like, no, the baby's not fair. She's got a beautiful skin tone like her father. So she has seen, obviously both of us, and she was like, oh no, is Shweta sad about it? So my baby's not fair. My baby's got the same skin tone as Giri, okay? So she's got a little more deeper complexion, which got me over the moon, by the way. And that whole blue lights that was given to her when she was a newborn that just added to her tan. Whenever I see Jovita, that's one thing I love about her is her skin tone. So my baby's also got that skin tone, and the way she said it, my mom was like, why would she feel bad about it? You know Shweta, you know what she stands for. And she was like, Allah, I just thought, everyone wants fair baby and all. And I just like, when mom told me about it, I was like, ridiculous. This notion, this mindset is never going to change, you guys. She runs a beauty parlor. She's got people of different sizes and shapes and colors coming to her. But deep inside, this is her mindset. She'll always think that fair is beautiful, because there's so many people wanting a fair baby. You understand? Like, I got messages from many new mums who was like, Chichi, is there any way you can tell me what's the safest thing to use for my baby to become fair? Why? Why would you want to change his skin color or his skin color? Why would you want that? Just embrace your baby's skin color, So this is what made me think about social media. There's so many skin whitening bloggers who have done skin whitening videos who have got millions and millions of views, but they have done the whole Black Lives Matters post on their Instagram page. It made me laugh. It was so ridiculous that why would you do on one hand skin whitening video and on the other hand post BLM? Why? Do you even know the significance of that? Do you even understand where those people, that race, what they are suffering? What is the true meaning of Black Lives Matter? I'm so glad that movement is happening right now. It's almost like a revolution. But Indians who can't even accept their own skin color, appreciating and standing for a movement that is happening in another country, it just makes me question them. What hypocrisy is that? Because half of them want to become white. You're talking about celebrities who are standing up for Black Lives Matter when they themselves have done whatever possible to become white, to become fair, to lighten their skin tone. Kareena Kapoor, what was she talking about this movement? She's the one who called out Bipasha Basu, Kali Billy, when she did a movie back in the days when she was arrogant, her self-entitled days. Such a racist comment. This movie, a Malayalam movie called Akre Akre Akre, Priyadarshan's movie, where Mohanlal and Srinivasan did a blackface. They painted their face black and they called themselves Negroes, and you should see that scene. It's quite pathetic actually. There was such hidden racism that no one called them out. No one called them out. And here they were Indians on Twitter having such a big problem when Prince William and Kate's friends did brown face and they wore a turban for a fancy dress party, and there was such an outrage on social media, and I'm like, hello, do you know how many people out here in our film industry itself has made fun of South Indians? Have you seen so many? I'm talking about, there's so many characters when they're playing a South Indian character, they would wear darker makeup, go really dark on their skin, literally do a black face there also, and then they would do this ridiculous accent. I've seen television serials itself wanting a very fair actress, and the duskier actress were put under that negative character. So don't say something when you don't mean it. You don't know what those people are going through. In America, white supremacy, it exists, and like how? They only see one thing, the color of your skin. No matter what a black person is, whether he's educated, whether he's rich, whether he comes from a middle class, very good family, nothing, it just doesn't matter. When they see them, they think that they're thugs. When they see them, they get scared and they think, oh my God, they're here to steal, they're here to do something bad. They never give them the benefit of the doubt. I've seen that. I've experienced that when I went to America. I've seen what they have gone through. I've seen how they treat someone who's got a dark skin. It's really sad, you guys, and this has been going on for years, and especially for people that have suddenly gone, all lives matter. Yes, you guys, all lives matter. They do. Each and every life matters. But this is not the time for you to mix your hashtag, because you're taking away the importance of what is happening to that race. You're really taking away the importance. So when you go like, oh, but all lives matter, it does. It just For me, what I felt bad about is when celebrities over here were talking about Black Lives Matter, they never said anything about the riots that was taking place before lockdown. No one mentioned anything, but right now, because it's happening in another country, let's support it. That was my only issue. But you saying hashtag all lives matter it's just wrong timing. It's very, very selfish for you to say that, because it's a total different situation and a scenario that is happening out in the West. No matter what is happening with them, one thing I have noticed and one thing I appreciate about them is they are very, very fierce. Okay, they will stand up for each other. They really will. Like right now, how they are standing up for every brands out there. Okay, they are right now wanting to support only black brands. They are asking, there's a movement right now that has started on Twitter and on Instagram called Pull Up or Shut Up. Okay, that's basically every black person is questioning every cosmetic giants, how many employees that they have. Okay, that we are buying makeup from your brand, but we want to know how many black people do you have in your office. Okay, how many black people you have employed, give us the statistics, and then we will buy makeup from you in the future. So that is amazing, which I haven't seen any other race doing it. I mean, over here in India, there are very few content creators that are supporting independent Indian brands. I've been doing that for a very, very long time, because I feel that they need to be promoted, they need to be pushed, especially women-owned businesses. Okay, so we've got such beautiful Indian brands, but I've also heard, viewers tell me like, I want to buy so and so, I want to buy this. Oh, a Sugandha is very, very expensive, but they don't mind shelling out 1,500 rupees for an ordinary, plus pay customs for the ordinary skincare. So that logic really needs to change. Okay, I really want to support a lot more. I was just thinking of I don't even want to charge them for it. I was thinking of doing an Instagram post, like an Instagram IGTV review of a certain brand. So if you know of a new Indian brand out there that needs a shout out, that I could help in any way, please let me know, and let me know what products from that brand is really good, so I could really test it out, so I can probably every month do a small IGTV review for them, just to let you guys know what I think about the brand as well as what I think about their products. Okay, because we really need to, just like what they are doing, we really need to promote Indian brands. And it's not only skincare, it's makeup, it's clothing, it's jewelry. We really need to promote our people. We really need to help each other. Okay, economy is so difficult right now. I know it's not about buying, but if you can buy, just make sure that you shop local, go local, be vocal for local, so that's what I really want to do at this very moment, even more. I'm just going to put a little black on the outer corner right here. Okay guys, I didn't mean to rant, but I just had to talk out what was going on in my head. Okay, you can't enjoy a certain race's culture but not support them truly and understand the meaning behind a hashtag. I'm telling you, after having Nirvana, I've just been more emotional and more tuned into what is happening in our society, and that obviously happens when you have a child, because you're like, okay, what sort of a world am I leaving her with, so everything just resonates even more deeply, and it just amplifies like there's a lot of sadness that is happening. So many people have lost their loved ones, they have lost their jobs, they lost their house, the laborers, the poor people, they have not been treated well here in India. There's so many things, and I think the story of that pregnant elephant, what happened to her, that knocked me out completely. One thing we have understood in this 3-4 months, especially with the virus, is life is so short. Okay, and if you don't stand up for what is right and wrong, then you're not doing a very good job here on earth. I'm just going to take a little bit of this shimmery shade, and I'm just going to apply that on the middle. Oh, can you see that? Wow. I'm going to take a little bit of that dark brown and add that on the outer corner of my lower lash line. A white pencil on my lash line. Sorry, a nude one. This is Skin from PAC. Essence, right? Yeah, Essence Lash Princess. It's one of my favorite. Very, very affordable, one of the best mascaras. It just gives you a false lash effect, and I can't believe it's been out of stock at Nykaa for so long. I'm going to use Bahama Mama bronzer, and bronze the crap out of my face, because look at this. I need to get a proper foundation for tutorials, not to step out actually. Oh, I've got the Nika Malibu Barbie Get Cheeky. And I'm gonna go really extra with this because I'm a fan of blush. I don't want a highlighter, to be honest. I'm taking my favorite K-Beauty Fame lip pencil. Unbelievable lip pencil. Okay, and before I go to London, I definitely want to buy all the colors from this one. Okay, so I think this deserves a nude lip, so I'm taking this one. What is this called? This is Always On Liquid Lipstick, Got a Light, okay, from Smashbox. Let's check this one out. Oh my god, that's nude baby. You need the right lip liner with this, and Fame is the right lip liner, you know, just to give it a little more warmth. Okay, so I'm just searching for a lip gloss right now. The only thing I can find is Fussy Fenty Beauty, again Cosmic Cosmetic Club. You can buy this from them, they will get it for you, anything, whatever Fenty items you want. And I think this will just make it better if I put a gloss over it. My god, this gloss is brilliant. So this is my look. Very mommy appropriate, isn't it? Let me just wear my jewelry. I wonder if I change the lip color, whether it's going to elevate this makeup to another level. Oh my god. Okay guys, so this is what the lipstick looks like. It was a bit too bright for my liking, but you know what? It's okay, it's not bad. I think it's quite flattering for Indian skin tones, you know, especially for summer. So I hope you really enjoyed watching this video. Please leave your feedback in the comment section. Any information in regards to the makeup and jewelry used out here, because I know a lot of you love this Ganesh earring. All of that is down, as well as the discount codes that I have of various brands, okay? It was really therapeutic to talk to you guys. I love you guys so much. Can't wait to read your comments. Let me know what you'd like to see in the future. Forgive me if the videos are not too frequent. I'm still a new mom, enjoying my newborn baby. I'm enjoying mommy time out here, but I promise to get back into action as soon as I can. But I will be vlogging a lot on my channel, definitely, so that we would be connected, we would stay connected on social media. And thank you for everything. I truly mean it. I want to help you as much as possible, so stay tuned for a lot more pregnancy related videos, especially where skincare is related. If none of you want to be a mom, that's also okay, but I hope you'll watch it, because anything that's good for mothers is good for you as well, because I'll be suggesting only the best of the best, okay? So I shall see you very soon in my next, and until later, bye for now.